Good evening, pioneers around the world, and welcome to episode 6 of Metaverse Masterminds, brought to you from the Bureau of Forefront. It's 6th of October 2023, and I hope you've had an absolutely wonderful week since episode 5. Seeing you there. Let's have a quick look in the chat box. Welcome to my co-hosts. We've got Private Buddykins at the top there. Give us a wave, Sarah. And we've got Private Winnie Skibbs at the bottom. There we go. Welcome to the panel. You guys, can you hear me, Winnie? Am I coming through okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Excellent. No audio issues this week then. That's a great start, and I can hear you also, Winnie. Private Buddykins, give us a thumbs up if I'm coming through okay to you. Excellent. Okay, plenty of people in the chat box as well. That's great to see. Anybody that's watching around the world, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, drop us a hi and let us know where you're coming in from today. Okay, we've got loads of things to cover this evening. I'm just getting myself sorted at this end. We're covering 5 platforms: Telegram, Twitter, Discord, YouTube and Facebook. And we have live chat feeds coming directly into the studio from 2 YouTube channels, one which is the Bureau of Forefront and the other being the Metaverse Masterminds YouTube channel, and the other Bureau of Forefront Facebook page. So if you'd like to send any messages into the live studio, or if you'd like to ask any questions, please feel free to do so from those 3 avenues. Okay. So what have we got for you this week? It's been an absolutely blinder of a week, don't you think, Winnie? It's been a cracking week for the Metaverse and Dalversal.
Absolutely.
It's been a blinder. There's been so many things launched. I've written them down. I hope I've got them all.
I hope you.
Okay, so what I'm going to come to begin with, Winnie, we had a special event last Sunday where we hosted our great leader, King Ben Masiko, and Jonah, the CEO of Dalversal. Now, within that program, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later through the show, but within that program, or the program that reviewed that event, Winnie came up with some extraordinary statistics. Do you know what I'm referring to, Winnie?
Remind me.
Remind you. Okay, so you've not got those at hand. Now, this is what I picked up on, and I had to share them within this show because Winnie quite rightly looked at the timeline of how things have developed regarding the TFA and so forth. So what I want to do to kick off tonight's show is just go over that timeline because it's quite significant. It absolutely blew my mind when Winnie came up with these stats on that show. Okay, so we begin with May 2023 when the FRA setup was first announced. Now, that was back when all members were in Satoshi AI. And we, at that point, we weren't in Dalversal. And then we went on to July the 4th, where Satoshi and Dalversal partnership was announced. Now, am I right in saying that was the Hong Kong ceremony, Winnie?
That was, did you say the 17th of June? Oh, no, the 4th of July. I think that was,
July.
Yeah, that was possibly Satoshi and Dalversal joined, and then there was another ceremony where the 5 of them joined.
That's right. So there was an announcement on the 4th of July, and then there was an announcement on August the 13th of the TFA, the transition from the FRA to the TFA program for the recovery of our pending rewards from the previous platforms. So that was August the 13th. And then we went on to September the 25th, which isn't too long ago now, probably a couple of weeks ago, when the TFA went live. August the 28th to the 2nd of October, covered the TFA initiative. Now, that was from when land plots were launched, where members could purchase land plots and take advantage of the nice rewards, the daily rewards that they gave. But it also helped towards speeding our TFA packs up, even though they weren't launched. This was a wonderful thing that Dalversal had introduced for those early bird subscribers. So that was a great significant event on the timeline. And then the last one that we noted, Sarah added this one to it because it's literally today, was the initiative payout, where, you know, the daily rewards that had been built up over those few weeks were added to our TFA rewards. And some of them have made quite a significant change, right to the point where they can start their withdrawals now. So that's fantastic timeline there that I think is an important thing to raise and to talk about with our viewers, because this is absolute 100% proof that it's working. Okay, and we're making moves on and getting great results, positive results through the TFA program. And, you know, we do understand that people are a bit cautious and wary about, you know, the change in circumstances where we've gone from one platform to another, and we've had to put our assets onto another space. And like I say, guys, this is really exciting. It was exciting to know that it launched, but to actually see those great results today. I do believe I saw one, I don't know whether it was from Raphael, who had hit the 100% charging rate, which is fantastic, because now he can open the pack B while he finishes that pack off. So do you want to add, because you was the one that collected these statistics, Winnie, would you like to add to that? I mean, it's phenomenal what we found out from you on, I think it might have been Sunday or Monday we spoke about this. So over to you, Winnie.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I wrote a few more things down, actually. I went a bit further back because I was thinking about the whole thing. So you started, didn't you? You started in May, I think, which is when the FRA group came. But I was looking back at the Bureau Forefront and the posts that you did. So I think Satoshi AI came in first. We first heard about them in March, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 26th of April, you did a webinar as a recap on the FRA packs.
Okay.
And then in May, the Hypernation Community Report happened. And then shortly after that, you opened the FRA discussion group.
Awesome, right? Okay,
it's amazing. But I wanted to thank you and Sarah personally, because I was going through it and I was thinking, well, you were the one that said FRA, and you wanted to petition FRAs for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things happened along the way, and not everyone.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, you mean when everybody weren't able to get the FRA freely. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
So when it was
Okay.
Satoshi.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about that, about all the pieces in the puzzle that went along, the people involved, the Bureau Forefront and Satoshi AI that came, and then it eventually met Dalversal. And then, yeah.
Excuse me.
To you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I think it's worth bringing that up with the viewers, because not the kudos for me. I don't mean that. I mean the very fact that we did go from, you know, when the delegate sales went ahead with Dalversal, and some members, Coach Leon as well, I believe, purchased a delegate model pack. And the FRA packs were very limited at the time, I must admit. I was lucky enough for being in the Bureau with Leon that I did get the FRA pack. And yes, you're right. We did, do a campaign on trying to get everybody of equal status so that they got a free FRA pack as well. Because I don't see it that people should be of a different level. I don't see why people should get a privilege and not the others. So yes, I do agree with that. That should be highlighted, because I do believe that because we did that, that maybe changed the decision within Dalversal to not introduce that and say, look, let's go across the whole board and give everybody a free one. Who knows? Maybe. I hope so. So this is what I want to say to anybody. If they're thinking of doing something to improve the platform or to help their fellow members, and there's that little guy in your head saying, well, is it worth it, long term? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Even if we don't use it, it may set the standards for something in the future. And I think this is what you're looking at, isn't it, Winnie?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And also just because I know you guys won't blow your own trumpets, but
No.
I was feeling very grateful, because I thought that of back there when we were trying to focus on having it for everyone, and now it's happened. It is there for everyone, and that's just amazing, that journey. And yes, as you say, see what happens if you keep the focus and the faith and work together.
Yeah, because let's call a spade a spade. I didn't know whether it would work or not, but that didn't give me the excuse not to try. And like I say, we've got that issue at the moment where there's 1,000 packs a day being dished out, and that's not because there isn't enough. That is because the system needs testing, okay, and the system needs stability. And sustainability, if you like. If everybody got a FRA pack at the same time, it could rock the boat. We don't know, So we've got to take things steady to begin with. So, like I say, it is very important that we have that mindset of, if we come up with an idea that we think may help, don't sit down on it. Don't sit on it. Bring it out into the open and try and activate it. Because, like I say, yeah, very well brought up that, Winnie. I do agree with that. And I haven't, things as this platform develops, we tend to forget about the important steps that we've done in order to get members to where we are today. So that's brilliant. So that's the milestones of the TFA program. That's great. Okay, just going back to the Sunday special event broadcast with Jonah and King Ben. We were chatting about the Africa region. Now we're going to be assisting them with moving forward in Dalversal. I mean, that was another great achievement for all the members within the Bureau, having our first on-air live meeting with Jonah, the CEO of Dalversal, and King Ben, the Africa region spokesman. I think it was a significant step so that members can see that the Bureau are in a place now that we're assisting such a wide range of people. I'm hoping Deborah does join us this evening. I'll get Buddykins to try and drop her a message. She's got a link for the studio, so hopefully we can get Deborah to come in and say a few words regarding that. But give us your thoughts on that, Winnie. How did you find the Sunday special event? It was wonderful, in my opinion.
It was really amazing. And everyone was very engaged, as I think you pointed out. It was Jonah stayed there for the whole time and talked with Ben and answered questions, and it was just, every time I see him live like that, I think this guy's great. he really listens, and he's really understanding and really wants to answer in the best way he can. And
I think it was Sorry, I think it was good that we was able to fire off a few random questions to him that weren't scripted as well. And you know, a good CEO, if they can be given a question and answer it straight and in a way that members can understand, not just crypto jargon, because I see a lot of that when I'm researching and so forth. And, you know, it's they baffle rather than educate, I think. And I think with Jonah, he engages with members on the members level rather than the technicians level. And there's nothing wrong with that, with the technicians, but when you're I'm not seeing the chat and restream. No, I've turned it off so that we've got a bigger picture.
Sorry, I could have just said that anyway, can I?
Yeah, no problem, Winnie. Yeah. So yes, I think he speaks on the members level so that the members understand a lot better. Now we've had the okay that we can host more shows in the future. So at every significant step that we make with the Bureau and the communities that we're going to be working with, that's going to be a great addition to our regular broadcast that we host every week. So yeah, like I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was great talking to Jonah and King Ben at the same time. There was some things that were brought up in that, and I'm not going to go through those now because I've got questions and that later on. So we're going to be talking about that in a while. But before we continue, we've got Sergeant Meng in the waiting room. He can put his video on if he wants to come on. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a quick intermission, and then we'll come back and chat about the next topic. Okay, back in a minute, guys.
Metaverse Masterminds, broadcasting live across 5 online platforms: Twitter, Telegram, Discord, Facebook and YouTube. Join in the lively chat and get your messages posted direct into the studio. Live chat is available from the Bureau of Forefront Facebook page and the Metaverse Masterminds YouTube channel.
Okay, guys, welcome back to Metaverse Masterminds. Now, I've got my script here that I just referred to, but I'm going to change a couple around here. I was going to talk about the TFA initiative, but I'm going to leave that for the second topic, okay? What I'm going to give you guys at the moment is what happened this week regarding Discord and the Hypernation and Hyper NFT Discord servers. As most of you guys know, I'm the moderator and admin of over 14 groups and I don't know, about 10 profiles on social media networks, all related to the Bureau and the operations that we do with the various platforms that have been part of this journey. Because obviously people have to keep engaged to be able to work up to Dalversal. And like I've explained before, you know, I'm still picking up members from 2 or 3 years ago. We had a guy contact us this week and he joined the group, and within a few minutes he messaged and asked, what are we doing regarding Hyperfund? And I'm like, okay, when did you last log in? And it turned out it was nearly 3 years ago, possibly more, because he didn't even know about Hyperverse and Hypernation. Now, if we closed all those servers and groups, that guy wouldn't have had any possibility of knowing about what to do. Okay, so cutting a long story short, I got up one day as normal, went to my servers to check them out and moderate them, make sure everything's running smoothly. And I had been kicked out of 2 Discord servers that had been hacked. Okay, the security measures had been compromised. It was happened in Singapore, I believe. Somebody had compromised one of the big accounts above me, and obviously they removed me because while I'm in there, they couldn't do anything. Okay. It took 2 days to regain control over that server, but I can confidently say now that they're both back under our control, and the hacker was removed and found reasonably quick. I mean, we've got to thoroughly check these systems. Once there's been a compromise on the servers and such like, it's not just a case of opening them back up and letting people use them. We've got to make sure that the lockdown and any remnants of security flaws are locked down. Okay, so I can confirm that the Hypernation, Hyper NFT Discord servers are back up and running, and we are in control of them again. Okay, so that's just another feather in the cap of the Bureau of Forefront, and an example of how we're working towards keeping our members safe and secure. Just a couple of things that I'll add to that are not related to the hacking activity of what happened there. Some members don't quite understand why I don't direct message people or accept direct messages from members. Now, this has been going on for months and months and months, where leaders, admin or moderators are targeted individuals for cloned accounts. And what these techno heads do, they clone the accounts of leaders and they start DMing people, trying to get them, lure them into opening up MetaMask accounts and transferring money in the return for tech support and things like that. They're fake, they're scams. And the only effective way, the only really big effective way of avoiding this is literally not to DM. Okay, 85-90% of the time you don't need a private chat. Okay, and the reason I say that is because all those questions are not only helpful to you, but they're helpful to the whole global community, because everybody learns by our education and our learning. We all learn ourselves. We learn off you guys sometimes, you know. So we've got to understand that direct messages in the main are not actually necessary. We do operate a ticket system over in Discord, and that is literally if we need something of sensitive nature in order to help a tech support issue, and that is it. And that is literally between the admins, moderators, and the member involved. Okay, so we have got that encrypted, secure service if needed. It's very rare we need it. I mean, Winnie, you're a moderator on the Discord. I don't think you've seen much activity in there at all, have you? Because we can do everything, you know, public, and it helps everybody else, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And we learn so much more by people's mistakes. You know,
yes.
we do. It's a fact of life. You know, I've made mistakes in the past. I've sent funds to a wallet that doesn't exist. You know, luckily not a lot, but it's a mistake all the same. So yeah, just be aware of that, guys. It's not me being awkward. It's me just being security conscious, not only for my own safety, but for yours as well. I don't want you to be lured into losing any money in MetaMask or anything to these crooks, because that's what they are. Okay, so going over the TFA initiative period. Now, there was a lot of confusion regarding this, and we've been bombarded with questions. And this is a great chance to go over this, get it out into the public and explain what the initiative period was and how it affects members. Okay. The initiative period was a period of when Dalversal released the sale of land plots. Okay. And certain members, the early bird members, if you like, call them that, they decided to put fresh USDT and a little bit of HPT, 10% HPT that you can use on bronze or iron, into the system and purchase some land plots. Now, obviously, that was like staking, so it's building up a daily reward, okay? But not only did it do that, Dalversal decided to give us this initiative period in order to build up some TFA points as well. Okay, so from that date up until the end of the month or when the TFA rolled out, that's what they called the initiative period. Okay, And what they did, they accumulated those rewards, those daily rewards, and they allocated and distributed to those members who had put fresh money on the system before the TFA rolled out. Okay, so in a way, I can understand why they did it, because in a roundabout way, we were beta testers for the TFA before it rolled out, if you like, because we gave them the ability to generate the daily rewards behind the scenes before it launched. So it gave them the ability to test the system before it was gone public. So the initiative period closed, and we were expecting to be paid or tokens transferred over on the 2nd of October. Now, errors and bugs were evident with the TFA rollout slightly before the 2nd of October, and I knew it. I knew that it would get not cancelled, but delayed. Okay. Now, a lot of people were saying, well, yeah, you know, that's same old, we're not going to get paid. Please, guys, let's just look at the technical side of it. And I tried to explain this. Some people got it, some people didn't. When you've got a bug or an error in a system as new as this, to add to the problem is not a good idea. Okay. So what they did was delay the payout of the rewards within that initiative period until they ironed out those bugs that would have added to the problem. Okay. Now, what we can confirm today is that those rewards that was supposed to be released on the 2nd, we've got them on the 6th, and they have come in. They have been allocated against our TFA packs, and everything seems to be running absolutely sweet. I mean, did you receive some, Winnie? I'm sure you did.
I did, yes, and they actually arrived yesterday.
Did they? I got mine today.
Did you? Yes, yeah. And I was thinking, well, it's a one-off thing, isn't it? So it's not. Yeah. It doesn't actually make any difference that it was a few days, because it all adds up. It's the same results, just people panicking. So yeah.
I can understand it. I mean, we all want results. We all want to see everything working. And it's like I said to Jonah on Sunday, the frustration is that we all want positive results, you know. But with a platform as big as this, we've got to tread one step at a time. And if we have a step that's rocky, you don't continue, because that rocky step will remain rocky. So we've got to solidify that. We've got to be able to make sure that that's strong, stable before moving on. And I respect the way that they're rolling this out and saying 1,000 plots a day. So let's just talk about that briefly. I contacted my node manager yesterday regarding the release of 1,000 plots a day, because it was random, very, very random, where, you know, we was looking at time zones around the world, seeing who was getting allocated TFAs, and there was no set pattern. There was no set time zone. There was no set pattern of who was getting them, because originally they said the TFA plus members had a priority. I think that was dealt with before they put that limitation of 1,000 packs on. So I looked for a pattern and there was none. Okay, so I contacted my node manager, and she said it's going to be 9 p.m. London time. Okay. Now that day, they came out at 8 a.m. London time. And obviously I was like, oh, right, did I get that wrong? Well, that's what she said, 9 p.m. London. So I double checked with her and she says, no. Basically, what's happening, while tech support are working on it, on those days, they couldn't hit that 9 p.m. slot. So what they did, they continued working on it and released them when they could. That's why there was a random time zone around the world where people would all of a sudden see them on sale, bang, 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 let's buy them up, and then they were sold out again. So that was the score, guys. So once things iron out, and they are iron out, there's very little, errors in the system that I can see anyway. Once it irons out, they will be 9 p.m. London regular. Okay, so whichever time zone you're in around the world, just work that out from 9 p.m. British summertime. Okay. And there's 1,000 packages every day released. And somebody asked me, I don't know why, but somebody asked me, is that 1,000 pack Bs today? Well, nobody can purchase a pack B apart from that guy who reached the 100% today. I mean, I was quite gobsmacked at that. People were asking, how can they do that? Well, obviously they've got a huge downline, and they must have put funds on in the way of planets or, land plots. There's so many variables, isn't there, Winnie?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Was it actually 100%? I thought it was 48 or something, unless it went up during the day.
No, there was a screenshot from Marco this evening to say that he'd got the 100%. Yeah.
Oh, Marco, right. Okay, because there was one from Raphael, I think, earlier.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I think Raphael had exceeded the 30% withdrawal milestone, but Marco had got the 100%, which is phenomenal. So that's great.
Yeah.
So yes, we've covered that. TFA packs now restocked at 1,000 daily at 9 p.m. London time. Okay. Once it settles down, it's going to be okay. Okay, we'll just have another quick submission. It's an infomercial by Buddykins. So this is a video commercial that one of the Bureau Forefront members has created. So sit back and relax. I'll be back in a moment.
So exciting, isn't it? It's exciting.
Absolutely. Welcome back, guys, to Metaverse Masterminds Studio. You're live on air, brought to you by the Bureau of Forefront. I hope you enjoyed that small commercial break. As you can see, it's regarding Dalversal, obviously, and covering the land plot sales. Now, this is the next on our agenda this evening. I'd like to cover the ability, another fantastic incentive that Dalversal are giving every member globally. Now, on the 22nd of September, they released an increase of land sales that members could take advantage of for the duration of a month. Okay. Now, I've been looking through that. I have bought the 2 or 3 extra plots throughout the Bronze and the extra Stone Age plot. So just to remind people, and obviously there may be viewers out there that don't know about this, originally we were allowed to have 1 plot each per account. Now that includes 1 Stone Age, 1 Bronze Age, and 1 Iron Age. Okay, so this latest initiative allowed members to increase the plots of land that they could purchase. Okay, so I want to go through a few details regarding that. Now, I'll give Winnie the easy bit. Winnie, can you come up and say how many plots each member or each account is allowed to purchase in this initiative?
In this initiative, 2 stone and 4 bronze and 4 iron.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm.
Oh, and considering you're a lady of statistics, can I ask you, are you aware of how many land plots, just ordinary land plots, have been sold within the Dalversal ecosystem from the day it was launched? How many land plots have already sold? Have you got any idea?
I thought I saw it somewhere, like
You did.
2,000, but it's probably bigger than that, isn't it? 2,000? I bet it's more.
You did, and this is something that you know, we want to encourage our viewers to do as well. It's about taking note of those little things that we see fly past our eyes while we're scrolling through the social media channels like Twitter, because I often see Dalversal on my Twitter feed. So, what was the number you come up with, Winnie? 2,000.
2,000, yeah.
Yeah. I double checked it before we come on air because knew I was going to be speaking about it. And the announcement was 2,500. But you're quite right. It will be slightly more than that now because that announcement came out at least 2 or 3 days ago, possibly more. So I would take a rough guesstimate at about 3,000 by now, based on the topic that we're talking about with the increased plot sales. Now, excuse me. Now, the thing is, if we've got the opportunity to increase our land plots to either 2 stone, 4 bronze, or 4 iron, or all of them if we want to, think about it. This is maybe how Marco has reached that 100% TFA release amount. Okay, quite possibly. We're not saying you have to. What we're saying, the ability is there to be able to do it. I've taken advantage of the offer. I've worked it out with the dates before I come on air, and we've got 2 more weeks. So if members are viewing this stream live and they want to have a look into that, we have 2 weeks more. Can you get that, Sarah? Live streaming again, beautiful, isn't it? We've got a visitor. So yes, we've got 2 weeks more to be able to take advantage of that initiative. Okay, now I want to give you some facts and figures regarding this. When you're looking at the additional Stone Age plot, okay, so that would give a member 2 Stone Age per account. Members are entitled to keep that forever. Okay, so if you've taken the advantage and bought that extra stone plot, as long as you don't unstake it, you can keep that generating rewards infinitely, all the time. Okay, what's oh, it's okay. Yeah, so Stone Age plots you can keep forever. Now, bronze and iron are slightly different. If you look in the marketing rewards, we get a fixed 3x on a bronze or iron plot. Now, Sergeant Meng asked this question to his node manager. And what happens there is when your additional bronze plots pay out the 3x. So say for instance you've staked 300 on one and that gives you a 3x of a total of 900. Once that 900's paid out, that's it. End of. You're not able to do that again. Okay, so that bronze plot is eliminated from your portfolio, so to speak. But that doesn't apply for the Stone Age plots. You can keep them, so that's a good bonus. So in the long run, I thought about this and I thought, oh, it's a shame we can't keep them. Then I thought, well, no, this is about a bonus for those early birds again, for those people, those members that can see the beauty of the TFA and how it works, and giving them that edge, that advantage, and say, okay, You understand how it works. There's a bonus. Go show people how it works even better now. And that's the beauty of it. So maybe in the future, if we do it properly, they may offer that again in the future. Who knows? And we're the winners if they do, because we 3x that amount that we stake. So yeah, that's another great offer from Dalverse. I mean, they keep giving, don't they? You know, what do you reckon, Winnie? I mean, I'm delighted with the way things are going at the moment.
Yes, it's great. Yeah, then they're responding to, well, as Jonah was saying on the Sunday call, that he's learned to be flexible, and there's a few things like this where they've kind of moved pretty quickly, haven't they? And said, right, yeah, we'll do it this way or that way. Yeah. So
and members have requested things like this, and they have turned around and said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So okay, so say for instance, Winnie, that a member was to say, right, okay, then I've got 1 stone and 1 bronze, but I haven't got an iron. How would they benefit from purchasing an iron? Because obviously they can 3x it, but what would that mean to their TFA? Do you know?
Yes, the we get 10% of the land rewards. So we get daily. We receive DU from stone,
right,
and then
yeah.
RC from the bronze and iron, and then the TFA, we get 10% of that added.
Absolutely, that goes against your TFA release. That's right. I just wanted to make it as clear as possible, and you're absolutely right there. Your daily release of those added packs, yeah, the system calculates that as a 10%. 10% goes against your TFA release rate. So obviously you're not just benefiting from a 3x on your staking amount, say for instance 300 and 900 back. You're actually speeding up your TFA so you can release your own pending rewards as well. So this is what the company identified, and I'd love to know the guy that suggested it. I'd check his hand, because these are the good things, that the opportunities that members are being given. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So do you want to add anything to that, Winnie, before we move on to the next section? Just having a look, see what we've got.
Well, only that as far as the stone for people, because obviously it requires fresh USDT, and the bronze and the iron are more expensive. But for those with just 10, you can start with just 10 USDT. You could get 2 stone planets right now, and then stone plots, and then from the rewards, the daily rewards, you can top up from within the system. You don't even have to, I mean, that will take a little time, but eventually you can get it up to 100. And I worked out that it'll pay back once it's at 100. It'll pay back. Well, it'll pay back your 10 in quite a short space of time. But it'll that comes to 219 a year for each one. So that's 438. It isn't huge, but it's but for logging in every day, forever, as long as the whole system goes, and as long as we're here. So
absolutely, but it proves one thing. It proves it can be done on a shoestring budget.
Yes.
And that's the important thing, that we are busy working out, finding out the best possible options. Now, it's quite significant, actually, because I'll tell you guys how I did it. I've had a stone plot on a planet for quite some time. But considering we've only got 2 weeks before we lose this opportunity, I thought, right, okay. And this was before I got paid. I was waiting for my payday, and I thought, right, okay, I don't want to lose that. I'll just get a stone plot. I've got $10. I'll just get it, and then I've got it. Okay, because don't forget, guys, you can add to it. A stone plot goes from 10 to 100. So as long as you've just put 10 on it, that's it. You've secured it. You can add to it as you go along, as long as you do 10% or more of the value of that land at that time. So I thought, right, okay, so if I put $10 on it, I've staked my plot and I've secured it. I don't miss out. When I get paid, I can build on it. So what does that mean? That would mean I'd have to put at least $1 or more, because that's 10% of 10. So I'd have to put $1 or more on. So I thought, right, let's see how much I get paid and then I'll have a look. Now, I took a look and I thought, well, I can afford 90. So I might as well put the 90 on and max it out. So that 90 plus the 10, and I've got another full Stone Age plot that's going to give me that 0.6 DU. Yeah, that's right. 0.6 DU per day.
That's it.
Forevermore. Yeah. And add that to my original plot, that's 1.2 DU a day. Forevermore. Okay, so that's the way to do it, guys. Oh, that's the way I did it. You know, even if you're not flush today and you might be next week and you've made your own mind up and said, it sounds like a great idea, it doesn't mean you have to do it all at once. Okay, the only stipulation is that you've got to, when you're building, like Winnie suggested, you've got to put in 10% or more in order to for the system to allow it to go ahead. Okay, I think I've covered that pretty well, don't you, Winnie?
Yes, absolutely. I was just going to add a thing of when you get to, what was I going to say? There's a point where if you get to 90, say you built it up to 90, 10% of 90, there's a point where you want to make sure you top it up in one go, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to top it up 10%.
Okay, so, well, if you're looking at 90 and you haven't topped it up to 100, you'd have to put at least 9 in, so that'd make it 99. So you might as well put 10 in.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the thing is, if you top it up to 91, then what?
Yeah,
that's the sticky bit. So you've got to be careful of that end bit, okay? Because it might not let you cover that. I don't know. But 10% of 91 would be 9.1.
Yeah.
Would it allow it? I don't know, guys.
Don't know, do we?
I wouldn't risk it. I'd just put the $10 in. So yeah, that's an interesting concept. That it really is. So just to add that, Meng brought this up in one of the Telegram groups earlier on, or a few of the Telegram groups, because we want to help people. Okay. It was a friendly reminder for members to log in daily to collect their daily rewards and to charge a TFA packs with your collected DP tokens. We only have 24 hours to charge our packs after collecting them. We do have 120 hours to collect all our rewards. Now, this is where members are getting confused, and we'll talk about this a little as well. It's after we've collected them that we've only got 24 hours to charge our packs with DP tokens. So let me go through that piece by piece so that everybody's on the same page, okay? We had many messages from members saying, why is it? What have I got to do? Have I got to do it daily, or can I get away with doing it every 120 hours, every 5 days? Right. This is the basics. This is what it means. Okay. The system calculates your daily rewards every 24 hours. Okay. And it allocates those to your separate wallets, your daily reward, your generative, your DP, whatever you've got, it'll put it where it needs to be. Okay. And it will do that every day, every 24 hours. At that point, that's 24 hours. If you do that for 2 days, but don't do anything, don't collect them, that would be 48 hours. If you keep doing that for 5 days, you've reached 120 hours and not done anything. If you look at that account at 119 hours, that's an hour before it runs out, and click collect and charge, that's not a problem, because you've collected it and you've charged your TFA pack within 24 hours. Okay. If you don't do that and you leave those packs to exceed that 120 hours, you will most probably lose those DP tokens that go for your TFA pack. Okay, so that's what it means. Now, in my mind, and this is my personal suggestion, is why would anybody want to wait for 5 days? It's literally a 2-minute job. As long as you log in, you click collect because it's there ready and waiting for you. And when you click collect, it actually pops a box up and says, do you want to chat? Well, it does on mine. Does it on yours, Winnie?
Yeah, mostly. Or in fact, when doesn't it? Sometimes I see I have, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it does.
Is it a different browser then, maybe? I know I'm using the Brave browser.
I'm using Brave too. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I've got 2 accounts. I've got my 2 accounts on 2 different browsers. I use Brave for one account and then Chrome for the other. Now, some of the extensions and plugins work for both Brave and Chrome. That's why I chose those over Edge. Okay, so the plugins work together, like MetaMask plugin and so forth. Yeah. So I keep them open, I keep the accounts open and so forth. So when I get up in the morning, I just open my browsers and they're literally there waiting in green, collect. So I collect. As soon as I collect, a little box pops up saying, do you want to charge now? You've got X amount of DP. And that's it. And it does it on both. Does it on both browsers. So in my situation, it's nothing. You know, I'm online every day anyway. And like I say, you know, why would anybody leave it for 5 days? It's literally a 2-minute job, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And also when you've just collected, just make sure you as soon as you collect, charge. There's no need to, if you collected, there's no need to wait. If you did miss a day, then just make sure you always immediately charge.
Absolutely, because if you're in there collecting, what's the point? You might as well click the other button. You're there. So yeah, just a quick recap, guys. So the 120 hours is for collecting your rewards. Okay. The 24 hours, the crucial bit is don't leave your tokens in your collected pot under DP. Otherwise, for over 24 hours, otherwise you've got a big risk of losing them or not gaining any more, so to speak. So be careful about that, guys. We don't want you to lose out of your released rewards. Okay. Now we've got a few questions that we gathered over Telegram today, so we'll go through them shortly. And let me just consult with private buddykins. Have we got any questions in any of the chat groups? We have. I'm getting a nod. So just one. So at this point, guys, I'm going to ask you all to, after this little commercial break, I'm going to ask you all if you've got any questions, send them in the chat box, post them to our live studio, and we'll have our panel take a look through them and answer them as they come in. So we'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful video. I mean, Buddykins blows me away when she puts her creative talent to work. I mean, this video that I've just shown you, I dare say it took about 2 hours to put together, and you know, it gives a clue, Winnie. What do you think? I think that was awesome.
Yes, yeah, excellent.
So she based that video on a conversation that we were having with the Bureau of Forefront members. Because we want to try and raise some funds. Okay. Now, as members know, the Bureau are all voluntary. We don't get paid for anything we do. In fact, we put money into what we do. Like this studio here costs me every month. We don't mind. It's our decision to put money into this. We don't expect paying for it. But what we're looking for is reintroducing for our communities quizzes and prize draws. Okay. Now, before we launched this broadcast, this live show, we were actually doing webinars over in Discord, and Winnie's there. She can vouch for me. We were giving away prizes. Some of which were 10 USDT, others of which were some of the NFTs from the Bureau of Forefront. And they will be probably gaining value as the bull market increases over the next few years. Who knows? Okay. But the way I see it is they are an artifact. As we move forward into the metaverse, I've certainly bought one myself to put funds into the Bureau kitty. And that kitty will go towards anything that we introduce, like further quizzes, further prize draws. And that's for you guys. That's for the members that come to Metaverse Masterminds broadcast shows, or if you get involved with some of the tutorials that we do, or get involved in the community discussions. We want to introduce more of them because obviously we've been so busy over the last couple of weeks, couple of months really. We've actually left them, haven't we, Winnie? We've not had a prize draw for maybe a couple of months now. So we want to reintroduce them. I took a look over at OpenSea the other day, which is where we host them. And I did a quick search for the Bureau of Forefront at the top in the search box, and it showed up. I can't remember what number it was now, 24, I believe, 6 times. And I thought, there isn't 6 number 24s. These are an exclusive set of I think there's 26 in the set or something like that, but I only minted 1 of each. So how can there be 6? It turned out that some cheeky so-and-so had cloned one of the accounts trying to sell it as a exact copy. Now, I didn't take kindly to that because it's not my funds. It's not my, money that they're stealing. It's Bureau funds. Okay, I created them. Absolutely. I made those NFTs, but I did that to try and create funds for the Bureau. And for somebody to do that, I don't take kindly to that. So I contacted OpenSea support, and I am so psyched with the way they dealt with that. Within 5 minutes, it was gone. They'd removed all 6. They removed the person that had cloned them. The person that had done it has been banned from OpenSea. I was amazed at how quickly they responded to that. So what I'm trying to say is we've gone through OpenSea. We've made sure there's no other cloned NFTs, because the last thing you guys want to be doing is purchasing an NFT thinking it's one of ours, only to find out that it's not an original. It's not it's a copy, it's a clone. We don't want you guys to do that. Okay, so like I say, Sarah made that great little video so that people can see our abilities. We want to be able to introduce quizzes and prize draws, which is what those funds go towards. Okay, now that wallet I created from fresh, purely for Bureau of Forefront funds. Anybody can view that live at any time they want. It's in the Discord channel. There's a link there directly to BSC Scan. think it's BSC scan, where it shows every transaction and the total value of that wallet. Okay, so whenever anybody purchases an NFT, which funnily enough actually happened yesterday, wasn't it, Winnie? I think it was yesterday. So synchronicity flows within the Bureau of Forefront, because it was only yesterday and the day before we'd been discussing bringing these NFTs forward again, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So have you got any ideas of how we can promote it, Winnie? What do you think? Because we've got two collections now, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah. Well, of course, we will be able to do that. We're not there yet in MySpace. Is it in MySpace when that comes out? Which isn't yet, of course. No, I'll have to put my thinking cap on, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because as far as I'm aware, we will be able to display our NFT collections from within our MySpace area. So can I remind viewers as well that should you want to get creative and want to be able to create some funds in order to, this is what I'm saying, guys, right? If you want a $10 stone plot and you haven't got one yet and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to put fresh funds on it, here's a great idea. I created a tutorial to show members how they can create an NFT from scratch with no knowledge whatsoever on how to do it. And this is absolutely free, is it not, Winnie? I showed how to do it free, okay? There's a tutorial video in our Discord community hub. It shows members how to create those NFTs. It shows them how to list it on OpenSea, on how much to put on it, or should I say how much to list it, or how to list it. You name the price, it's your artwork. And then what you want to think about is say, right, okay, then if I get creative, create an NFT, list it on OpenSea and start earning some money. And obviously within MySpace, you get more chance of exposing your NFT as well. That's what you could be doing in order to build up some funds, in order to build up your Stone Age plots. And hopefully in the future, bronze and iron too. That'd be fantastic. But this is what the Bureau are looking at, trying to bring value to the platform so that members, even those members that don't want to put fresh USD out their pockets, we're looking at creativity. We're looking at ways of, giving viewers or members, the way to create value. And I've done it. I've proved it. We've got a room or a channel over in Discord where if you create an NFT, okay, let me know. I'll put it in this channel so that every single member can view it, okay, in the hope that somebody will say, do you know what, I like that. I'm going to give you whatever you want for it, $10, $5 even, maybe $20, who knows. But that will go in your wallet, not mine. It's nothing to do with me, okay, in your wallet so that you can start saving to buy a Stone Age plot or above. I mean, is there any excuses anymore? There isn't, because I tell you what, guys, if I was in that position, I'd do exactly that. Exactly that. So what I'm doing now is doing that for the Bureau, okay? Because I don't want the members of the Bureau to put any more money of their own into the Bureau and what they're doing. It's not fair to ask them to do that. What I put in for the Bureau and running this studio is my choice. I wouldn't expect anyone else to do that, So it's just something to think about, guys. Don't forget, there's a tutorial video in the community hub over at Discord. It's free. It's, I think it's about half an hour tutorial, something like that. But it's in sections. So if you get stuck at one section, you can rewind and look at that section. So it's an all-in-one tutorial, but you can learn at your own speed. So you might know parts of it, but not other parts. So, Winnie, let's get on with a few questions. I've got one here. Why don't you allow to purchase land with RC if you don't allow us to withdraw it? Okay. Let's have your point of view, Winnie, and then we'll discuss that. We'll debate what's what that. So let me repeat that. Why don't you allow to purchase land with the RC if you don't allow us to withdraw it? That was the question.
So they're wanting to use the RC that they're receiving from land to buy more land. Is that what you understand by that?
Sorry, love. I was just reading through the chat room. Sorry, what did you say, Winnie?
I was trying to understand the question. Are they asking, can they use the RC that they get from their land they already have to buy more land?
Right. So if Dalversal don't allow them to withdraw RC at the moment, why can't we use it to buy land?
Yes.
Well,
I suppose. Yes. They're trying to. It's being minted, isn't it? Is that the word? It's being created. The token.
Okay. So let's start with what we do know. We do know we don't have the date because, like I say, we're always open and honest with our facts and figures. We don't know the exact date, but we are aware that they're hoping to be able to open RC withdrawals by the end of this month. Okay. Now, whether that's 100% of the RC or a percentage of the RC, we don't know yet. Okay. There's been no announcements on that. But the fun fact is that they are going to be opening RC withdrawals. So that sort of answers half of that question. Okay. In fact, it answers the whole question, because if they leave RC on the platform, the possibility would be there probably to buy land. But if it isn't, you could take it off and put it in anyway as USDT. So that does actually answer that question, in my opinion, because if they didn't allow you to purchase land with RC, just withdraw it and put it back in as DU. That's a simple way of doing that. Okay. So yeah, in response to that, I think the thing to look for now, what date are we on? The 6th. So we're nearly a week in now. So within 3 weeks, there's a possibility they will be allowing us to withdraw RC. Like I said, guys, we'll look at the facts and figures when they launch. Okay. Okay, on to the next one. We are waiting for advice on those with less than 5,000.
There are many. Yes. Well,
Fire away, Winnie, because there's hundreds of members asking the same question.
So many. Yes. Well, they are coming, aren't they? I mean, well, that is the plan. Jonah said that smaller packs, and it's just a question of when. It's probably, well, it may be a few months. It may be sooner, but it may be a few months, because there's only so much they can do, but there's only so many of them, and they've got to do.
Okay, guys.
That and the other.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to look at it from both sides of the table. Okay. I've got members that want, they've maybe got 2,500 on average, and there isn't an answer. Currently, there isn't an answer for what we can do with that. Okay. The only answer that Jonah gave us last Sunday on the show live was that he would love to be able to, in the future, integrate packs as low as 1,000, even probably 500. Now, I was quite surprised at that, because that is lower than I expected. Okay. Mm-hmm. But it's clear to me that Dalversal are doing what it says on the tin, so to speak. They are doing the very best for every single member. Okay. Now, in my opinion, what could we do to strengthen that? What could we do as a community and members? Because this is what part of the show is about. What can we do as a global community to help Dalversal achieve that? A, stay engaged. Come to these shows. Be educated by the chit chat and banter that me and Winnie do every week. I think it's wonderfully educating, even for us. We learn off and by bouncing things off each other, you know. And the chat box is wonderful. You just saw me. I saw a squirrel and in that chat box, you know, and my focus of attention goes to that. Yeah, you guys are phenomenal. You post some great stuff in here. I love it. But we can strengthen this this decision that Jonah wants to try and help us by helping them, by engaging with whatever we can, i.e. logging in, clicking collect, clicking TFA charge, and having a look round the back office, logging in and having a look round, see what's changed, understand how it is. I do it every day because sometimes I forget and I look and think, oh yeah, that does that, doesn't it? And it's like, yeah, that's an explanation of what that deposit is. You know, if you get a daily reward on a certain thing, where do I find that? If I want to find out my downline, how is my downline affecting my TFA? Now I'm starting to learn exactly where to go in that back office, yeah? And that can only be achieved by getting in there and having a look. It's no good coming online and asking me because I can't see your screen. You know, it is literally get in there and press those buttons, guys. Don't unstake your land. Don't unstake your land. Winnie, tell them.
Don't unstake your land.
Don't unstake your land.
I wish that, in a way, I wish that button was just somewhere else because, you know,
somewhere way away.
The finger wants to just press it. No, it doesn't. I was going to say to do with the smaller packs. Okay, so we're allowed to move one Hyperverse and one Hibernation account to the same account.
Yep.
Not so. Well, I have, because of the Hypercosmos experiment thing, I have, and several of us have, several small accounts with 300 Hyperverse pending rewards. So if there's anybody who's got, say, 4,700 to 4,999 in hibernation, who needs 300 to tip them over, then get in touch with us in one of the groups.
Knowing. Yeah, it's worth knowing. And I said, like in the South Africa meeting, it's like I said, I've got plenty of HPT. Okay.
Yeah.
HPT is used as 10% against bronze or iron land staking or higher as we go further into the platform. So if anybody requires HPT, give us a shout. Give us a shout at the Bureau Forefront. And the reason we say that, because some people say, oh God, nobody will want that because we've got loads. That's not true. That's not true. And I'll tell you why. Some people have made mistakes and lost it by sending it to a dead wallet address or the wrong network. And believe me, guys, they have. Some people have even sent it to their MetaMask wallet. And I'm like, oh dear. No, guys, don't do that. Just send it to your Dalversal accounts. That's what the network was created for. Okay. I don't care who says that Joe Blogg said that you can cash it in for X amount. No, you can't. You'll get scammed. You'll lose your money, you know, and you'll lose your tokens. Unfortunately, some people through, I don't know whether it's desperation or patience or somebody's advised them wrong, because we know that's been happening as well. At the end of the day, guys, if you've done something wrong, don't worry about it. If you want to save a few quid by adding a few HPT to it, give us a call. We'll sort that out for you. We just need your wallet address to send it over to. Okay. So yeah, we can help out in that way, Winnie. Just looking at this one, it's a bit of a confusing one, this. Do assets in DCHPT, is it possible to transfer to DU? Simple, no. No. What more can I say to that? There is no facility to do that. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Just come back to me. This was a big one this afternoon because members are asking, can I change my upline? Okay. Because some members have got nothing as their upline through whatever they've done in this migration. They've got nothing. right? So they want to put a friend, or they want to put somebody that supports them. You know, some people have asked me, and I've had to give them the truth of what that would unfold if they did. It's like this, guys. If you want to create, if you want somebody, your friend, as your upline, you can do that, not a problem. But be aware of the circumstances, okay? Because in effect, you'll be creating a brand new account going under me, for instance, okay, or Winnie, okay? So that bit would be great. You've got your upline, but then when you look for your downline from your old account, it won't be there. So every single member in that account would have to do the same with the invites from those people to recreate that downline structure. Okay. Now you can quite clearly see that that would be quite a job for a good few people. Say if you've got 30 or more in your downline, that's going to be quite a hellish job. Okay. But it doesn't stop there, because where's your assets? Where's your funds? They're still in your old account. You can't move them anywhere. If they're in hyper community, you could do that, but you can't do it. From Dalversal to Dalversal, you can't exchange your funds. So the only thing I can say, guys, is really think it through, okay? Don't just jump and say, well, I want him as my upline because he's great, he's helped me. We know. Everybody's great. I know some great people in the chat box, yeah? But does that warrant losing all your assets and your downline and putting them through that? You know, think about it, guys, yeah? Okay, it's a good thought to offer somebody who's helped you the generative rewards in return for their help. I know what you're trying to create, but the onset effects of that are not worth it, okay? Because clearly you'd be losing more than you would gaining by being nice and asking for a better upline. So hopefully I've sort of cleared that up so that you understand it a little bit more. Guys, sometimes you can be too nice. You know, I get it. You know, I want to be nice, but you've got to look at the consequences if you do such an action. You got anything else to add to that, Winnie? Because it is crucial. People need the full information, not just a part of it.
Yes. I mean, if you've only got, if you've got no downlines, then that's one thing, and that's okay. There are some people, but if you have downlines, then think carefully about doing it. And because most people have probably moved something already, haven't they, to their Dalversal account. So, and as you say, it can't be transferred. So yeah, it's
just got to be careful. Just got to be careful. Just to overrun the assets again. Quick overrun. DC, I believe it's DC before it goes over. DC has to go in 100%. You can't split it half there and half there. It all has to go in one shot over to Dalversal. HPT, on the other hand, members have been asking me, do I have to send it all? I think I went over this last week, but I'll do it again. There may be some new viewers. Now, that's a personal choice, in my opinion, yeah? You can send it all at once if you've got no reason to keep it over there. I'm not. I'm keeping mine on hyper community unless somebody says from corporate that account's going to get closed down. And the reason that I'm doing that is because if some of you guys need HPT, I can send you the amount that you want from hyper community. I can't do that from Dalversal. Okay, so it will pay me and it will benefit you if I don't move that from hyper community. So I'm leaving it there for now. If they introduce a rule where they're going to say, right, you've got a month to use it or lose it, then I'll just bring it over to Dalversal and just see what happens in the future, you know, because we do believe there may be uses for it in the future, maybe not, we don't know yet. So, okay, I'll go through this quick one and one question, and then I've had Buddy waving at me from the back office saying that there's some questions ready to come on from the chat box. So quick one on this one. I wish Dalversal could release some minimum rewards so we can be able to buy land and staking. I can't agree more, guys. I can't agree more. But I'm hoping with that, because a quick thing just to end this section, this topic, Winnie is on the nail when she says that, you know, regarding releasing 500 packs and 1,000 packs in the TFA. Unfortunately, guys, we've got to look at the priority of what we need to roll out first, okay? Because this is a huge operation. The metaverse is huge, okay? So it's a minor thing to do that. So they're going to shelve it. They've got it. They know what they want to do, but that will be in the future. But it doesn't mean that this question is a bad question. Why? Because I've just gone through the NFT possibility of you using NFT. Use my tutorial, create some wealth. You don't need your lower pack of TFA, do you? You can create through, you know, the use of NFT, promote them. I mean, guys, if you want, I'm just getting comfortable here. I'm not falling off my chair, really. If you guys want, yeah, I'll do you a deal. Do an NFT, okay? I'll list it on YouTube, send them to me, and I'll showcase them on a show. How's about that? Okay, we'll try and get you some exposure for that. I can't be no fairer than that. Winnie, are you going to give it a go?
If I can find the time to watch your fantastic tutorial. I started, but then, yeah.
That's open to anyone. Yeah. That's open to anyone, because I want to promote it. I've got to be honest, guys. I love creating NFTs because you can do them animated. I've explained this in the tutorial. You can do them animated. You can do them with music or voiceovers. You can do them, you know, they put your creativity skills to work. Okay. And I can't be any fairer than that. You've seen the adverts that Buddykins can put together. Send us your NFTs. Once you've uploaded them to OpenSea, guys, we'll put an advert together and we'll promote them for you. Let's give that a go. Let's put the show to good use. Okay, let's get some views on here. Let's get some people some exposure on the NFTs, and let's get it rolling. Okay, Buddykins, can we add our first question? And I'm presuming this was in the chat box. Yeah, we do get to see. It's from Samuel from YouTube. Okay. Winnie, I assume the 10% of staking rewards on bronze and iron lands only go to the planet owners. Land owners just get their staking rewards starting at 1.5% daily. So it looks like there's two questions there. I assume the 10% of staking rewards on bronze and iron lands only goes to the planet owners.
12%.
No. Okay, let's start at the beginning with that. When somebody stakes on a bronze or iron planet, if you're the planet owner, you only receive a one-off 4% payment, dependent on how much they stake on that planet. Is that correct, Winnie?
I believe so. Yes.
It's 4%.
Stone, isn't it? Yes, because I've only got a stone planet, but yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Now, I think, Samuel, if you're still watching, I'm sure you are, I think the confusion you get in here is the 10% would be taken from the daily rewards towards your TFA pack. Okay, so whatever you gain from your staking, okay, so let's look at you. If you'd staked a plot of land on that bronze planet, you're going to get that daily reward for the bronze planet, okay, which is set at a certain percentage. You'll get that, but you'll get 10% of that offset with your TFA. Is that right, Winnie?
Say that again. I was reading the question again, thinking, what's that?
The 10% of staking rewards on bronze and iron lands only go to the planet owners.
Conundrum.
And like I say, the staking rewards on bronze and iron, it's a one-off reward, as far as I'm aware.
And the staking rewards go to the person who owns the land. The planet owners get the land tax.
It's a 3x. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's bring it up. Let me bring up, if I can find it.
Landowners just get
presentation. Here we go. We should be able to open this. That's not the one. That's the one. Okay, can we hide that message so that we can maybe have a look at this in a little bit more detail? Let's see if we can get a positive answer on this.
Where's Meng? He's good at this stuff.
He's there. He's probably busy. Right, so that's the planetary node. So the planetary node gets a stake amount at 4%. There you go. That's that amount. So when you stake on a bronze or iron planet, you get 4% as a one-off. Okay. Let's go down a bit. Let me think. Here is a 3x, obviously. Yeah, it's a unique release rate, fixed 0.6. Is this is the page we need to look at, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't move my thing. I can't see it properly.
What was the question?
Well,
okay. Go ahead, Winnie.
Oh, it can, but it can put it up again. We're trying to figure out what the question is actually.
The question isn't clear.
Yeah, I think maybe we need to. Yeah, you need to talk to us.
Is it this one? I assume the 10% of stake and rewards on bronze and iron land only go to the planet owners. Landowners just get their stake and rewards starting at 1.5% daily.
Yeah.
So there's two different rewards in this. So the question, the answer to this question is that 10% that you're getting goes towards your
TFA.
your TFA,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and that's specifically only for your land.
Yep.
But then for the staking rewards, your daily for your bronze and your iron, it's a unique release rate. So as you can see right here, from day 1 to day 10, it's 1.5%. And then going from day 11 to day 30 is 1.2. And from day 31 to 60 is 0.8. And then, and you guys know onwards from there.
Of course, the 4% is a referral rate, isn't it?
Yep. So 4% is just going to be for the planet owner.
That's right.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put your invite code in when you purchase that, it gives you 4%, I believe, as a referral reward, as a one-off. Is that correct, Meng? Is that for plots as well?
So the 4% is for, let's say, if you come on and you stake on my bronze planet. So staking between 101 to 300, whatever amount you stake, I get 4% of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little bit confusing in the question, but yes, you've got it right. Absolutely. Okay, Samuel, I hope that's answered your question there. Cheers for that, Meng. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, I knew you was in the background there somewhere. Okay, Sarah,
I'm like things at once.
No problem, brother. Okay, Sarah, next, Crypto G. Welcome to the show, Crypto. I didn't see you there in the chat box. Glad you are clarifying the collect and charge rules for members, Kev. Absolutely, yeah, because it's not easy. I mean, we had to sit and figure it out and say, why are they saying 24 hours and why are they saying 120 hours, But yeah, it's quite simple there. So thanks for that, Crypto G. Right, Crypto G again. Okay. Is there any hint of the timeline to land activation and access to the 3D environment. Okay, is there any hint of the timeline to land activation? I presume you mean to actually build on. That's a two-part question as well, I think. Okay, so the first part, no, not as far as I'm aware, because that would be creating commercial property and shops and such like on that. No, that's after MySpace. And the second part of that question, access to the 3D environment, I presume you mean MySpace. MySpace is at the end of the month, hopefully. Yeah, I'm in talks with them at the moment because we're looking at the 3D. Put my teeth back in. 3D avatars, okay, and the DID system. Now, the DID system, everybody has the option to own one free of charge, a DID, a decentralized identification. An avatar, a domain name, basically. Everybody can get one free, but there's an error with the system at the moment. When you had this problem as well, where let me just take this off because I need a bit of room in the studio here. Okay. When you had the same problem, because when you look for a particular name, it says it's accessible. You go to purchase it, which means you have to open up your MetaMask and purchase it through there. And I say purchase it, it's literally 5 or 6 cents for gas fees. That's all. And it won't let you. It says it's not available. Now, that's an ongoing issue. And that was confirmed this morning. It's an ongoing issue. But they're not looking at resolving that issue straight away, because that is more towards the end of the month that it may be needed. But they may be looking at another option that they will be integrating into it. So, like I say, I can't say too much about that because I don't know too much about that, but it is something we're working on at the moment, and it is really exciting. I've seen it in action and it is wonderful. It's very, very good. So yeah, the DID, try it because it will be used, but like I say, it's not their priority at the moment. Like I explained before, there's a lot more, development that needs to be prioritized before that. Okay, hopefully that explains that. And the land activation, I hope I've got that right. Crypto G, land activation to build on. I think that's what you might mean. So commercially to build on. If you want to build, I don't know, Winnie's Wine Bar, I always come back to the same commercial activity. Yeah, I don't think that's going to come. I think that's in stage 2, rather than, with MySpace. I think MySpace is completely different to what you're talking about there. Okay, Buddykins, is there any more questions they keep coming in. Nice one. Kev, why do you have 2 accounts in Dowversal? Your Hyperverse and Hypernation. Yeah, there's one for my son, one for me, and one for my son. That's right. Yeah, one's my basic, and to be fair, it's worked out absolutely great because the basic one, which I call it my basic one, it's for my son as he's growing up. You give it to him, he won't do anything with it. So I'm trying to create him a legacy, But it's actually brilliant because I'm able to use that one in my tutorials because it's basic and I can show from a basic perspective on how it works. Okay. So yeah, it's great. It's great, because especially with like the African community or new people that have come on that has only got a minimal account and they don't understand, like one of the great aspects of that is showing people how to rank up from novice to expert to elite, for instance. On my account, I couldn't do it because I'm elite already. I managed to get to that rank fairly easy. But now that they've introduced that easier ranking up system, I can't really show it. I can't really demonstrate it in my account. So I've done that in my son's account. It's much easier to use. So yeah, hopefully that's answered that one. Any more questions, Madam Butterfly? what can you do with RC? Can you trade it for USDT? Right. I'm not going to answer this one because she'll disown me. Over to you, Winnie.
Well, not yet. We can't. RC. No, we can't use it at the moment. It's building up, but there's going to be withdrawals soon, aren't there? That's what Jonah said.
You're waiting for me.
I don't know, because I don't know what network or how it's going to work, whether we swap it to USD and then withdraw.
You're waiting for me to nod, aren't you?
Yeah.
That reassurance, aren't you? Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Right. We've been talking about this today, actually. RC tokens, hopefully, but this is on the cards. This is part of the timeline, okay? RC tokens that looking at withdrawing or opening the withdrawals of RC tokens by the end of the month. Now, we don't know the full facts, okay? We always say it. If we don't know, we don't know. Simple as that. I have heard whisper it might be a percentage of your total RC account. Okay. Now, you can look at that from two perspectives. This is what we do in the Bureau. We say, okay, oh God, we're going to grumble. We want it all out. Or we could look and say, well, okay, then if we could take a percentage out to keep us happy and then use another percentage to build a legacy or build an empire within the metaverse. Now, both options have value. I prefer the second option, actually. Even if we could get a little bit out to buy stone plots or whatever in the future and leave the rest to buy things off out of the NFT marketplace. Because let's have a look. If we open up the MySpace area, which I'm hoping to do by the end of the month, what we're going to use to decorate it with, what we're going to use for those NFT wall plaques or whatever you want to call them, display units, you may be able to buy them in the marketplace. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But you may like a comfy chair or a settee or a TV or a TFT monitor or a computer desk or something like that. You look on the website, look in that little NFT marketplace, you get an idea of the sort of things that they're looking at being able to sell to people. Okay. So if you look at Decentraland, for instance, that's the sort of thing that they do, where they can trade clothes, hats, jackets, puffer jackets and headphones and walkie-talkies and stuff like that, so all that RC, as far as I can see myself, RC is going to be a tradable in the marketplace, or you maybe exchange it for another token that you use in the marketplace, but it is in the market reward plan or the marketing plan that RC members that hold RC get better benefits. So that might be like a staking ability to be able to stake your RC. So like I say, A, end of the month, roughly. B, we're not sure about all the availability and the description of what we're able to do with it. But whatever it is, the withdrawal is part of it. Okay. So yeah, that covers that a little bit. Are we going to withdraw all of it? I don't want to. Some people might, but there's always that availability so that we can build on what we've got. Okay. Are these recent ones? They are. Okay. Yes, Kev, to build on. Okay. Thanks for that. I asked because other land I own in other projects has taken 18, 20 months and we are still waiting for them to go live. Okay. Yeah. I've seen some, like a big map, like Google Maps, and you can actually buy your own plot on your own house. So is it important for members to understand that this realistically will be a pretty long road? Well, I don't know, because we can look at the roadmap. To what I can gather, it depends on what stage they open up that building ability, because obviously it is a huge project. And Jonah did say that their roadmap and their timeline or whatever could well cover 15 years into the future. I mean, we can look at that again from two perspectives. Is it a good thing that 15 years, a lot of people will be holding their head and saying, oh my God, that's a hell of a long time. But if they've got plans for 15 years ahead, this isn't a pump and dump, surely. You know, if they've got that many things that they're going to be introducing, you don't want them to rush anyway. You don't want them to rush. You want them to, like I said before, use them stepping stones. And if one's slippery or rocky, stop. Let's get that stabilized first. That's the way I work, guys. And like I say, that's how we'll get a good structure to this platform. I'm 100% behind that. Okay. Crypto, you're very active tonight. Brilliant. This is great. Go on, Winnie. You take one.
Okay. I was just looking at the screen. It's all right. There was one in the chat that I was trying to delete actually, but I don't have.
Okay. There's one on the screen.
So we can't. Well, I guess we covered that, didn't we? We don't know what network or platform RC is going to be swapped on at the moment. Yeah, maybe crypto. That's interesting that you're on another platform. We want to hear from people who have experience of.
Sarah, was there another question from crypto that's just disappeared? Or
yeah, the questions are disappearing, popping up.
This one.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to take that one, Winnie?
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
Oh, sorry, did we on platform?
Yeah. Do we have any idea as to the network and platform that RC will be launched swappable on? No. I think is the answer.
Which network? Sorry. No. I dare say it will be something to do with the Conscious DAO network, which I believe they're using.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
They're using that for the HPT and whatnot. All right, guys, I'm getting sidetracked from chat box to
it's a bit
video. Okay, Jason's got to run, guys. Much love. Yeah, thanks for calling in, Jason.
Hi, Jason. And thanks. He's probably gone by now.
Got to be honest, buddy, I reckon you've been on Bureau YouTube channel moderating. I think that's maybe why I didn't see you. I'm making sure them to what the TFA packages, greetings. Yeah, okay, I've got that right. I'm rolling down now. 20 months. Okay, 18 to 20 months. I don't think it would take that long, but yeah, okay. We'll keep plugged in to try and get an answer to that one, definitely. Okay, so is it important for members to understand that this realistically will pretty long? We've gone through that. When can we withdraw RC? We've just gone through that, just so that people know, that's all. Absolutely, yeah, not a problem. Yeah. Not a problem, because obviously MySpace. I've got to be honest, guys. I was talking to my brother on video about MySpace yesterday. MySpace is going to be wonderful, and it's going to be a big step for DAOversal, a big step, because it's going to introduce this socializing side of it. Okay, now obviously the broadcast side of it and the Zoom sessions that we do will still be like this, but from within the metaverse. But it's going to be a whole lot better because we'll be able to do it in 3D avatar style. Okay, so it is. I can't wait. I really can't wait to get my teeth into that, you know, and start developing it and turning it into how I want to see this room, you know, for the comfort of you guys and whatnot. Adam, when can we withdraw RC? Adam, I don't know who Adam is. But yeah, withdrawing RC, we've just spoke about that. Hopefully by the end of the month. Okay, but obviously keep plugged in, keep tabs on the Telegram group, the Discord group, any Facebook group, and anything like this always gets posted out. Announcements from corporate always gets posted out when it comes out. So I think that's the end of the chat box questions. Buddykins has posted the NFT tutorial, which is great, because I mean that, guys. You know, if any one of you want to try that out, create an NFT, upload it to OpenSea, send me the link, and we'll create you a promotional advert for next week's broadcast. Okay, so give it a go. I'm willing to do that for you guys. Okay. All right, guys, what time is it? It's 9:45. That's gone really fast. I beta tested one last year and did a walkthrough, some similarities in the land packet NFT. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Right, guys, we're coming to the end of the show. It's been an absolute blast. What I can add to this, guys, if you've enjoyed it, if you found some value out of this, if you've enjoyed the show, and like I say, it's about education. It's about getting the members together. Okay, yeah, Pamela, I'll talk about that then before we close up. Oh, we've got a big one now. Here we go. Right, Pam, is it too late to change upline? I might have missed talk about it. Yeah, you have, but it doesn't matter. It's a quick one, okay? Like I explained, if you want to change your upline, any member can choose an upline, okay? But it's the implications of what it creates, okay? Because clearly you would have to get all your downline to follow suit and create a new account under you to evolve that downline structure or restructure that. Okay, so that can be a bit of headache for some people with bigger structures. Okay, the only other thing is you've got to understand is that if you've sent your DC and your HPT to that old account, you won't be able to take that over either. There's no exchange between accounts, so you've got to look at the bigger picture of whether it's worth changing your upline, okay, because there's implications with your downline at this stage of the game, so you've got to be careful of that. Yes, it is possible, but there's a lot of things that you've got to first consider, and then if you do consider doing it, there's quite a lot of hard work making sure your downline follows suit. Okay, we've got JCB JCB 13. Hi all. So I have a confusing question. Oh dear.
But we'll take it.
Let's give it a go, Winnie. Me and you, girl. Let's do it. If I have someone who wants to join Dalversal and they have set up an account from an invite link I sent from my current Dalversal account. Oh, here we are. Okay. Set up an account from an invite link I sent from my current Dalversal account. Can I send my pending rewards from a Hyper Community Hyperverse account to, let's go back here,
to them? This in effect will help them and also help increase my release if land is bought. I think the answer is yes, isn't it? You can send your
someone who wants to join Dalversal and they set up
pending rewards to any account you want.
Can I send my pending rewards from a Hyper Community Hyperverse account to them? This is in effect will help them and also help increase my release if land is bought. If I have someone who wants to join and they set up an account from an invite link item, yeah, I mean, I can't see any reason why not. This in effect will help and also increase my. That is a confusing one. I'm just trying to fathom that out. And they said from an invite link I sent, new client coming in from my Dalversal account, Hyperverse account. I can't see any reason why not.
Yes, I think basically you can send any pending balance to any Dalversal account.
Yes, that's the rule. The
one pending balance to one account. Doesn't matter who it is or
exactly
what the upline downline thing is.
Exactly. The rule is one account, Hyperverse Hypernation to one account. That's it. One lot from Hyperverse, one lot from Hypernation, and that's release. It won't let you do any more. So in effect, yes, I think that's possible. It is a confusing one, but yeah. Okay, Jambo 13. Today at whatever, let me also clarify that this Hyper account is an upline account of mine from the account I already opened in Dalversal. Hope that makes sense. Not this time, mate. Nothing makes sense. Let me also clarify that this Hyper account is an upline account of mine from the account I already opened in Dalversal.
Yeah, I don't think that matters. I mean, well,
That is a really confusing one, and I've got to be honest. I think I would get a tech support to double check that over, so that you don't lose it, because I wouldn't like to say yes and then you lose it. I'm gonna say that. I'm going to say I'm not going to put my name on the line and say that's doable. I do suspect it is, but I do think you need clarification on that 100%. Don't you, Winnie? I think it's only fair to the guy to say, get 100% clarification on that, because it is a confusing matter. And if you can write it out as clear as you can, send it off to tech support for their advice on that one. If that's the James, I think it is. Yes, definitely, because it is a confusing one. I think it's doable, but I wouldn't like to say yes and then watch you lose it, mate. I'm not that sort of guy. Okay. Hope that's good enough. You know, I'd love to say yes. I'd love to be 100%, but when I'm not 100%, mate, I don't put your neck on the line, buddy. Okay, thanks, Adam. Okay, thank you for that, Pam. No problem, love. Great to see you here. Anyway, sorry about not seeing you before. Right, hang on. I'm going to get this one. Star Cookie is B12. Am I right?
Yes.
Excellent. My memory's coming back. Thanks, Kev, Sarah, and Winnie. Very informative as always. And thanks, B. Awesome. You give the game away. I didn't see that, honestly. Hands up. Yeah, I did that out of my own brains. Right, guys, I've had a hoot tonight, and I hope you guys have as well. I'm going to bring Winnie back onto the spotlight to give you all, give you guys a few last words, and then we'll bring the show to an end. Over to you, Winnie.
Thank you all for being here and for asking questions, and keep them coming. And join us next week, and enjoy your TFA. Yep. Thanks,
exactly. Ken. Enjoy those TFAs, guys, and don't be afraid to reach out if you need any help, assistance, if you're confused about anything. That's what we're here for, guys. We're here daily. You know, sometimes we do have to go out, and guess what? We do have to sleep as well. But when we wake up, we're straight on it, and we'll help you guys out. The last thing I want to say is please do leave comments in YouTube or Facebook, wherever you see this live. Leave comments, click like, share if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I won't hold it against you. You know, at the end of the day, it's your choice, but it does help people get to see our broadcasts. Okay, guys? You know, I'd really appreciate it. Okay? We'll love you and leave you for this week. Hope to see you again soon. Up until next time. Bye-bye for now.